Hello and welcome to Settle the Score, the program that answers all the questions you want to ask about motoring. This week, we're down to the racetrack for another driving challenge. This time it's youth versus experience as father and son take up the challenge. Just how long does it take to make a car? We go to the car factory in search of the answers. We test the charm appeal of our contestants in another battle of the sexes. And just how far can you get on a litre of fuel? We find out. So, let's settle some scores.
I tell you what I've noticed recently in here. There's not many of those boy racer cars anymore, is there, with all the body kits on and what have you. Everyone's got some really sensible in the choice of motors, the family four-door hatchback.
Yeah, but I tell you, my mate's son, he's about 15 years old, does all that off-road and stuff.
Does he?
Hey, he's got him a car like that, he flies around, he's quick like.
I bet he is. But you can't beat experience though with these drivers. I mean, you can just tell by some of them. Like that car over there, married, 35, 2 kids, experienced driver, father. You can tell by what they drive.
Experience, yeah, fair enough, but this guy's got the enthusiasm.
What, your young friend who does the off-roading?
Yeah, you know, you put him in any situation, he's got the drive and enthusiasm.
There's nothing for experience. They've been there, they've done it. They know what they're doing, they know how to handle a car
you're
better.
getting old, you're getting stale, you start to lose your senses.
We're going racing again, aren't we?
Aye, okay then.
Your 15-year-old superstar on the off-road against my man in his...
If you say so, if you want to lose your money.
You are going to have no wages. No wages.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome once again to the Settle the Score racetrack as yet another dueling duo battle it out. The score to be settled this week is who is the fastest driver, father or son? Well, the man behind the smile is Father Paul Walker. Is he old and wise or simply over the hill? His contender today is son Joel. Joel obviously holds no regard for the old man he calls his father, but will this prove to be a costly error today? Well, yeah, there's a bit of starting line banter between the two of them. In fact, it's a good job they're wearing those helmets because some of the language they're using is quite unacceptable. Well, green has come up and they're off, and straight away, Paul Walker has taken the lead. That's the father, Paul, in the yellow helmet. And he's certainly not afraid to push this small go-kart to its limits. But Joel is by no means out of the race. He seems determined to catch him and prove to his father just who's boss of this racecourse. But at the moment, there really is only one daddy of the racecourse, and that is Paul. Both drivers are handling these small karts like true professionals. Don't forget they've got a top speed of around 40 miles an hour. They are automatic transmissions, so there are no gears to deal with. But on a small course like this, it's all about the cornering. Now Paul's got it. Has son Joel? Well, it seems as if maybe Paul is starting to make a little bit of a lead for himself. And it isn't hard to see how. He's absolutely tearing round the course, even at these late stages of the game. Surely with the exception of a miracle, son Joel is well and truly beaten here today. Yes, Paul goes round for the final time, takes the checkered flag, and settles the score once and for all between father and son.
I tell you what, that bet was as secure as our car park.
Ah, well, when you're right, you're right.
I tell you though, at least he's getting the car he wants. I've always wanted a classic car, and if I built it bit by bit, part by part, I would know how good it was. I'd have been there every weekend, shining it, chroming it
That'd
up.
take up far too much of your valuable drinking time. I mean, surely isn't that what modern car factories are for? They churn out the cars one after the other, everyone ready to go.
Yeah. How long do you reckon it'd take a bit?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you've got, the modern processors, modern car factory. I mean, you use robots to put it together, which eliminates human error.
True.
Just making a whole process a lot quicker.
I choose the factory at random,
All right.
and we'll find out.
Okay, well, I would say 8 hours tops.
I reckon double it.
Double it. Right. We'll see.
We certainly will.
Here in Oxford, we've got 4,500 employees. And these people work on 3 shifts, so they're not all here at the same time. We've got an early and a late shift Monday to Thursday, and we've got one team who only work Friday, Saturday and Sunday and have the rest of the week off. Obviously there's staff who are working normal staff hours. At the moment on 2 shifts we're able to produce 500 minis per day. Our aim for this year is to do 100,000 in total, and we'll comfortably achieve that. Production really here on site is 2 very different phases to it. The first 2 stages, body in white and painting, are quite highly automated. So we have lots of robots doing the welding. We have actual people fitting parts to make it a functional car, but I really wouldn't like to say one figure to make a car from start to finish.
Well, you're being a bit aloof about the build time, Martina, so let's do our own maths here. So if 1,000 make 500 cars in a day, and there's 24 hours in a day, then let's say, for sake of settling the score, a car can be made in 12 hours.
Hey, the lady.
Fair enough, I didn't know what I was doing, and neither did you. But if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have had assistants.
It's typical women, innit? If in doubt, get them out.
Come on. It's nothing to do with the fact that I'm a woman. It's the fact I've got a bit of manners. And that I didn't argue with the mechanic about his job.
Look, at the end of the day, right, any red-blooded male sees a woman waiting at the side of the road for some assistance, he's gonna stop, innit?
A man's just as likely to get assistance.
Rubbish.
Alright then. A complete clean out of the car says that a man's just as likely to get assistance.
Right, you're on. You know where the hose pipe is?
Hello and welcome to another Battle of the Sexes. Oh dear, it looks like Sarah has broken down. And Waz too. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to fix it themselves. I think they're going to have to see if they can get anyone to help them, but whose charm will work wonders on the general public? Well, it looks like that just trying to flag a driver down isn't working, so they're going to have to be more creative. Sarah showing a bit of leg there to try and attract a passerby. Oh my God, Waz is showing his leg too. Sarah is using her feminine appeal to attract help. And it looks like Waz is using them too. Waz has turned to begging for help. Waz, you're scaring the people away. Well done, Sarah. It looks like you've attracted more than just a little help, but there are loads of people there. Pity they're French and don't understand you, but still, you've won. Looks like Waz is going to be here for a long time yet. Well done, Robin. You won the bet this time. And now, here's one for you to think about over the break. Who was the youngest point-scoring Formula One driver? A. David Coulthard. B. Michael Schumacher. C. Jenson Button. Think about that. We'll give you the answer after the break. Hello and welcome back to Settle the Score. Before the break, we asked who was the youngest point-scoring Formula One driver. David Coulthard, Michael Schumacher, or Jenson Button? The answer? It's C. Jenson was 20 years and 67 days old when he was moved into a point-scoring position after David Coulthard was disqualified at the 2000 Brazilian Grand Prix. Well done. Let's settle another score.
Whoa, steady on, mate. You gotta watch where you're going.
Was alright.
Remember me, never to let you park my car.
Well, it's not easy doing things in reverse.
Yes, it is. All you gotta do is remember to do everything you did, but backwards.
Well, parking a car's the one thing, but you can't do much more than that.
Of course you can do. You can do an obstacle course. All you gotta do is remember all the things you did before and concentrate and do it backwards. But I suppose that'd be difficult for you. Concentrating, that is.
Funny. You know? Well, I think it's far from easy. In fact, I'm willing to put money on it.
You're on.
Time now to settle another score with our reverse challenge. We've got two teams to go head-to-head, Tom and Jonathan, and they're against Gaynor and Sarah. Let's see how they get on. So first up are the girls, with Gaynor in car and raring to go. And they're off, with Sarah directing. The girls seem to be going at quite a speed, with Gaynor making sure she watches both sides of the car. The girls are keeping up a good pace. Sarah's having to run to keep ahead. Well, they've slowed down a bit now as they go through a set of cones. Ooh, a little mistake from Gaynor there. She checks the mirror intently, or is she just checking her lippy? Well, the girls finished their challenge and seemed pretty pleased with their performance. So now, to the boys. They're riching to go, and they're off. In car with Jonathan, he seems very calm, I must say. Tom is expertly directing the car round the first corner. The boys certainly taking a slower, steady approach than the girls, but make no mistakes through the cones. They really are taking it slowly, but look, I can't see a cone being knocked over at all. It's like tortoise and hare all over again, isn't it? So the boys come into the finish bay, and I think it's congratulations all round on a good performance there from the lads. A handshake well in order, I think, because that was a good team effort. So pretty close call really, isn't it? Girls don't look too happy because the boys take the victory. Before we settle another score, here's a quick one for you. What is the longest journey ever in a Mini? Is it A, 2,265 miles? Is it B, 22,655 miles? C, to the shops and back? Any answer? Well, you may guess it's B actually. Someone called Duncan Mortimer spent 9 months travelling 22,655 miles in his Mini during 1999 and 2000. Now, let's settle another score.
Tell you what, do you fancy one of these?
No, I'm fine, cheers.
Oh, they're well tasty. I wonder how many of these you could eat in an hour. Packets, that is, not single ones.
The average person or you yourself?
Alright, very funny. No, the average person.
I don't know, 40, 50 packs?
Nah. I mean, take your average car. Well, it does what, 50, 55 miles to the gallon?
It must be more than that, at least 200 miles to the gallon.
No way. 200 miles to the gallon? Tell you what, put your money where your mouth is.
Alright, you're on.
You're on.
Now, recognise this guy? No, it's not Victor Meldrew, but the outgoing boss of Volkswagen, Dr. Ferdinand Piëch. On his last day at work, he didn't just get drunk and snog his secretary like the rest of us would do, but instead he shocked the world by going home in a new concept car designed to go 100 kilometers on just 1 litre of fuel. This so-called 1 litre car was to go from Volkswagen's base at Wolfsburg to Hanover with Dr. Piëch at the wheel. Obviously he wasn't going to burn tarmac on the autobahn, he was going to tootle along very carefully to conserve fuel, while the huge convoy behind him kept out interference from any German Junge racers. Hey, love the personalised plates, Doctor. Now remember, 1 litre is not the capacity of the engine, but that the economy is designed to go 100 kilometres on 1 litre of fuel. Well, plenty of Ausfahrts to go past yet. Shame about the rain, isn't it? Hanover's still 39 kilometres to go. I wonder how the old fella's doing. What a thing to be doing on your last day as boss of a car company. Give us a smile. That's better. Wonder what music he's listening to for his world record attempt. So let's continue up the autobahn, sipping that fuel. Okay, let's stop at a Rasthof, literally a rest farm, like our motorway services. Only here I bet they don't serve curled sauerkraut or out-of-date Wurst. How's he getting on? Looks in good spirits. A journalist asks if the doctor has any secret stash of fuel on board. Haha, very witty. Now, if they could design a car to run off water, that would be a winner. But probably not at the prices of mineral water. Okay, so off we go again. Final stop, Hamburg city centre. Ankunft, the arrival, 257 kilometers on the clock of this Volkswagen concept car. But how much fuel has he used? We need to settle a score here. So let's top up his tank to see how much he's burnt. Then the calculations can commence. Nice sample, sir. You must be very proud. The figures on the screen converted to imperial, and it's 285 miles per gallon. So here's the doctor, plus the new boss of his car company, Herr Pichestreeder, to announce to the press. Sorted, gentlemen.
Well done, mate. Here, rest of my sweets.
Thanks a lot.
Well, that's all for this week, but remember to join us next week. And if you have any score you'd like us to settle, then you can contact us via our website at www.menandmotors.co.uk. Goodbye.